Hello, hello. Trying to open my stuff on my new iPad. How do I do that? Can I send stuff from my laptop to my iPad? Basically, airdrop. Can I airdrop between my laptop and share? Focus antes. Why can't I just do that? Why? Oh, because it's under a different user. Okay. Switch account. There we go. Let's do that again. File, share, airdrop. There we go, right? There we go. That's me right there. Okay, we can close it on this laptop. On this computer, I mean. And that would be enough. And let me plug in my power into my iPad so it can also charge at the same time. Extra monitor this way. Nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's move stuff away. I think this is what I need. There we go. That was my Twitch video. There's my Twitch video. Okay, workbench. Back to workbench. Okay. We have a couple projects. One is to finish the Rubik's Cube. Basically, we need to burnish the edges. I think that's all there is to it. All that's left. And maybe some finish, some extra finish. Yeah. And the other project is these two need a strap that can be attached to them. So, yeah, let's do the burnishing first. And then we'll see how this goes. Actually, I don't need the brush because all of these are edges. Towel and the burnisher. Okay. Every time before the burnish, I'm like, okay, something is just not looking great. And then when I burnish, I'm like, okay, this is looking great. Nope, this one is actually not, doesn't have toconol on it. Zoom in a bit so you can all see what I'm doing. That being said, burnish is very hard to share because it feels amazing, but it doesn't look as developed on camera. And where is my canvas? I thought I had my canvas back there. I think this one is almost dead. Nope, wrong side. Yep. It's looking good. Basically, I could have used the round one, but I think the flat will do equally well because these angles at 45 degrees, it's easy to just put a flat piece on the edge. Okay, the bottom edges are done. Let me try my chat commands. Project. Does that work? And pattern. No, looks like that only works in Twitch. No, there we go. Okay, at least one of the chat bots works. Why is that? No idea. Okay. Let me try restarting that chatbot real quick. Chatbot. And back on. Let's do that again. I'll only do that in Twitch. Project. Okay. And pattern. Okay. Twitch chatbot. Project. What about now? Pattern. Okay, Twitch chatbot reacts, and it looks like YouTube chatbot might also eventually react, right? Streamlabs, yeah, there we go. Okay, I need to create a custom account for my YouTube chatbot, but if you're here, you know what's going on. It's Streamlabs and all that. And on YouTube, those URLs are not clickable, while on Twitch they are. So, for better or for worse. Okay. Meanwhile, this is not the chatbot we're working on. We are working on the Rubik's Cube case. One edge at a time. Okay, let me close that real quick. Okay, hopefully there is some resemblance of working stream somewhere. Okay, next edge. Okay. Whew, my hand hurts with the amount of burnishing, but that's okay. Okay. And these two I'll do with the open cube, or rather open box. I'm giving it the thought that maybe I will give this project to my wife to paint, because she wants the acrylic color, she wants the colors to be more, how to put it, basically like this white, right? Like more vibrant and more realistic, and acrylics are easier to pick the right color. So maybe that's what we will do. Like this yellow is a little dark comparing to what actual Rubik's Cube has, right? So, but they all are like, all dye colors are a little like leathery, right? So that's fine. The white is a little standing out a little more than others. So there's no perfection, you know. This is my rendition of this, or at least this evaluation of rendition. Oh, my bot woke up. Probably because I put a lot of messages into it. Not because of you all chatting, clearly. Okay, we are getting to be almost done. If not completely done with this project. In a few seconds, it will be completely done. Maybe I need to do a little more on this edge. No, not really. We already did that. Okay. And I think we are done with the cube. We're done with the cube. I'm never done. You know, I always can do a little more burnishing, a little bit more polishing, all of that. But this is the idea. This is the cube with snaps that you can just close. And this is the flap. This is what the flap is for. You just grab and take the cube out. And it sits just like that. I just love how they come to be. I just love how they come to be. I wonder if all Rubik's cubes are the same size. That's a good question, right? The three-sided ones, I mean. Hopefully they are. How much are the basic Rubik's Cube? Because I'm thinking of sending them with the extra cube. Rubik's Cube. Can I get like... yeah, looks like $10 can get you a cube. What about bulk Rubik's Cubes? Can I have like $20 for 12 pack, right? 24 pack, $15. No, those are mini cubes. $18-inch bulk Magic Cube, stickerless. What does that mean? Yeah, these are not great cubes. Original bulk. Can I buy a lot of Rubik's cubes? Is that something I can do? Oh, I can buy a set. Why Hasbro? Oh, probably Hasbro bought it or licensed it. Okay, you know what? I think I'll buy a set for $20 if I want to make 4x4 and 2x2 and 1x3. You know what? I think I'm buying the set. $20. Is that the right thing to do, folks? Speed cubing cube. 3 magnetic speed cube. Maglev UV 3x3. Maybe I should get myself one professional one. Oh, there is some guy, Theodore Zeider. He's probably a champion, right? $60 for one cube. Should I get one just to have a feel for what people do this with? I don't know. That might be too much. Okay, I'll buy the 4-pack. I'll buy the 4-pack. Buy now. Points. Yeah, let's buy it for points. Okay, I bought another cube. And technically, I bought multiple cubes. We'll see. Maybe I'll make a couple more patterns with more of these guys. With 4x4 and 3x3 and 2x2. What am I at? I am at the fact that I made the cube and finished the cube. Maybe I want a little more burnish on this guy. Okay, maybe I will never get it to the perfect situation because this edges they shift it if I don't glue the edges, right, which I don't on this project. They shift around a little bit, and that's okay. I mean, we don't need the perfection here. We just need a good, cool, high quality edges. Should I scribe a line over here for it to be a little easier to fold? Maybe I should. Just like that, and another line will go basically right about between these two guys, right? Just like that. So it will be like, hey, this is where they bend, even if they don't. And this is how you close it without the cube inside. Little finger in, and you press like that. You must provide your own cube. Or if I buy them in bulk, maybe I'll supply them with the cube. Maybe I should provide that as an option. Include the cube, you know? With the cube or without cube. Because that's like a packaging solution. Makes it easy to package. Now I'm back at it, like I want to see if there is a bulk kind of order kind of situation. 2.18 inch. Huh. Are they like different size cubes? Yeah, 2.18 inch. That's about it. Stickerless. So I guess these are the stickers, right? $15. Rubik's cubes. And for $15, I can get what? For $20, I can get 15 of them. Should I buy 15 Rubik's cubes? I don't know. I'm a little too excited about it. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe if I ever go and make like these for some Rubik's Cube convention, maybe I will buy like Rubik's Cube patterns. Sorry, blanks or whatever we call them. Okay, next project. Next project is 2 straps for these guys, and the idea is that I have this leather. Is this the leather? Yeah, this is about the right leather. Or is it this leather? No, it's this leather. Okay, not this. Or technically it's the same leather. This is just from the side of the cow. And this is a straight line. Can I use a strap cutter to cut this leather? Maybe yes, maybe not. This might be challenging, right? This is what, 1/8 or 1 millimeter, or is it 3/8 or 1 millimeter? It's basically the same shit. No, 3/16, I guess. Not 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter, which is 3/8. That's right. So This is it, and if I move this slightly closer to each other, can I? No, that's the closest I can get here. Okay, so let's try cutting the strap out of this leather. I mean, there is some strap that's coming out on the other end. I mean, it's a decent strap, I would say. How's the width? Yeah, the width is almost the same, almost identical. Like a millimeter wider, maybe. Should I cut another strap just to adjust it? Oh, come on. Let's see if that's the right size. Let's try one more strap, just from this piece of leather, just to see how that goes. And if it goes well, then we can maybe use that on the other piece of leather as well. And folks, this is why, like, strap cutters are better than rulers, because you can cut a pretty decent strip of leather this way. Okay, cool. This is good. But the only problem is that our rivet might be... No, that's actually okay. Okay, so now the question is, how big of a strap do I actually need? So if I want it to sit, well, I guess I need the whole thing. If I want it to be looped, the idea is that this will be looped over something, like a bag or something, right? Like this, for example, right? Sitting, let's say this is our bag handle. I think it's a little thick for bag handle, but let's say this is a bag handle. It needs to sit down, go down like this, and be attached to this. Okay, yeah, I think this is the right size. And yeah, some of this is a little less ideal than something else. Okay, let's grab some cutters. What are the best cutters that I got? I think these guys will do. Or no, I have these guys, right? Will these do? Yeah, this will do. That's one side. This is the other side. Not particularly perpendicular. Come on, what's going on here? Why did this one go well and this one is not going well? That's better. I think I needed a bigger mallet for it. That's probably why. now we can just do this trick, right? So which one should be the front? The thicker one should be the front, right? Which means that it needs to be the longer one. Does it really matter? Not particularly, no. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there will be punching that using the punch like this. So it is big enough. Where's the other hole? There it is. Okay, let's go to this rivet press. Every flat surface, folks, becomes eventually a table for storage of things. Okay, and now, is this the rivet I want here? Let me see. Is this the rivet we used? I think that's the only rivet I got, so we must have used that. And what do I do here? I want this like that. This to go for all three of them, right? So this first, and then the other, and then the third one. Actually, that's on the longer side. Do I have the shorter ones? Where are these? These are 9mm posts. These are 7.9mm. Same head, but same head. No, that's not the same head. These are the only rivets I effectively got. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it again. I don't know if you can see any of this, what I'm doing, but this is how I'm going to do it. Okay. And we got ourselves a strap. So let's grab a ring from this guy. And attach it here. There we go. That's the way we roll it. Okay, and now let's do the other one. And I have another piece of this beautiful green. And I forgot to measure how long it was. Well, I guess it was the same as this, and that was effectively 18 inches. So we need one long piece. I don't have one long piece. Okay. I guess, what will it be? I think it will be this side, right? What do we measure here? This plus same plus a little bit. Yeah, I think this is good. So let's grab a ruler and cut this off. Well, this is not long enough ruler. Let me grab a big ruler. Or rather, being long straight edge. Yeah, and we don't want our projects under the cutting surface. So is this the way to go? Is this the other? Is this the way to go? No, I think this is the way to go about it. And where's my roller blade? There we go. That would be straight edge. And now we can use the same strap cutter to cut the same size strap on it, right? This might be a little softer leather. Although I think the most important part is to be able to start like that, and the rest should work. Come on. Okay, you know what? Let's try doing it without the strap cutter, because this leather is a little softer, but we got ourselves a very long and very straight ruler. So you make it this on this side. Okay, let's try doing that. And we got ourselves a strap. That's the sound of a very heavy ruler. It's my cutter. There it is. Hello, Static Tides. Welcome, welcome. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for the raid. Is that... no, that particular thing is a bad thing, but did someone just follow? Is that what's going on? No, I don't think so. I think it's just we got a spammer. Let me ban the spammer real quick. I don't know if they just go with you, but I assume you did not bring a spammer to me, right? How you doing? Good to see you. Sorry I had to run last time. But this time I'm here. All of the Twitch bots. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. I am making the straps for my wife's, well, for 2 ornaments that I made for my wife before. These are the ornaments. And now I am making the straps to attach them to the bags. But before that, I made the Rubik's Cube, which might be evident by this picture. And this is the Rubik's Cube cover. Folks, if you're coming with static tides, welcome. I'm a leather worker. I make leather things, and this is the Rubik's Cube box. This is a box where you can store your Rubik's Cube safely, and it stays in and is well protected and looks like a Rubik's Cube as well. Just a couple rivets, a little flap to pull it out, and it's all good. What were you working on? Did you redo that dress ornament that you were making yesterday? I remember you were pulling out all the rivets, which is hopefully not our fate today, because we're going to be riveting again today, shortly after I punch these holes. There we go. So you make the holes, and then you go to the rivet press. Nope, not this press, the rivet press. And this one has a bunch of stuff other than the rivets here, but this is the thing. And I just grab a rivet, I push it through this guy, I push this one guy over here, and this over it. Then I grab a cap, and this is the press. I know it's not particularly visible, but this is where this will sit. And maybe from the side you can see, like, I'm pulling the handle and do this, and I got myself a rivet. Here we go. Here's the riveted bracelet, not bracelet, whatever, strap. Arm dead. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, this one is easy, right? Because you have a press. Your garment required a lot of, like, spatial things, so you probably used the mallet and stuff, right? Or did you use a press? I missed the part where you were pressing it to begin with, so I wasn't sure. I only came when you were pulling them out. 400 rivets. It's 300 to go. Oh, you do have a grommet press. Okay, okay. So we are using right now, at least, this specific ring that opens up. At least that's Julie decided that. Julie is my wife. That's how she wants it. So this is how she will be attaching them. And I think it works very well on these, right? So we only have one ring like that, though, but hopefully she enjoys it. Maybe she'll buy a few more. So that's how it will be. So we are done with the 2 small projects. Well, this one wasn't small. It was this is day number 5, and technically I think I skipped a day, or rather, I skipped streaming one of the days. So, you know, it was a big project. I mean, these are expensive for a reason, right? And folks, if you've never been here, we have some good Cherny gems that you can earn and redeem for some cool stuff. And that cool stuff includes showing a playing card deck from my playing card collection. Or if you subscribe, which I don't insist, you can also play the subscriber poker with me, which is this magical deck, special deck, which is mostly taken, not fully taken. There are quite a few, what is it, 3/4, 2/3 are taken, something like that. Well, I don't smoke. My mom did, but I don't. But what we do is that I deal you 5 cards, and you pick a card that you want, and when you do, your name will be written on that card. And we have a few regulars. Freedom was here last time, 2 days ago, yesterday, I forgot. It was yesterday, I believe. Yeah, Freedom was here. Where is Black Ram? Black Ram was here. That's him. This is his old name. This is his new name, Black Ram Leatherworks. And once I have the full deck, I will actually print the real deck with everybody's name on them. And we will have the full deck of cards. Full subscribers deck. I still have a few to go, as you can tell. But you are very welcome to become one of those subscribers. So, but I do collect playing cards. I have, I don't know, 500, 600 decks, something like that. I made a web app to actually show my collection or keep my collection in my pocket. Where is my web app? Where is my app? There it is. And it has quite a few decks. So this is only scanned 65 favorites and total of 285. So this will be what? 350. And this is about half of my collection at best. So yeah, I probably have 700 decks. I don't show them on the phone though. I do pick a deck from the box that I have under my table and then show it off. So that's one other thing that you can ask for if you redeem those Cherny gems, as I call them. Okay, 2 projects complete. This is a big deal. Like we completed 2 projects in one sitting today. Let me put them aside. The next project, however, is not going to be complete because that's a huge project. It's a huge... Yes, you guessed it. Can you guess it what it is? Did you guess it? No? Yeah. There are quite a few parts still to attach. Quite a few. But it's a long-term project. It's no problem. And what was my next move? My next move was actually to start attaching stuff on this side. Am I right? Yeah, because we kind of went to this side and now I need to go this side. So we'll start by doing like 2 of these, right? This one on this side, then the 5, and then the 6 again. So this is how we will go today, right? Yeah. That's a lot of stitching, but they will be in a row. So 1, 2, nope. 1, 2, 3. And then I double, and then double again. I think this is more than enough. So this will be a lot of hand stitching. Do you hand stitch or do you have a sewing machine that you use for your work? Because obviously cosplay costumes require quite a bit of stitching. Or sewing for that matter. Okay, first before I do that I need the needles. Okay. And in this project, the quality of the stitch, as in like visible quality, doesn't matter because all the stitches are on the inside. Usually, like, I need to be very like particular about the stitch. Here, not as big of a deal. In leatherwork, we use saddle stitch with 2 needles. If some of you are not familiar with this technique, this is how we roll. And for that reason, you put like the needles, you tie the, basically punch the thread twice, and you get yourself 2 knots, and you can basically stitch. Okay, so the idea is this 6, then this 5, and then another 6. So we start on this end, just like that. And I might need glasses, but for now we will pretend that I don't. Yeah, maybe I don't. And I'll start by tying the knot, actually, which I don't usually do, but in this pattern, that's no problem at all. Right? Nope, not here. It goes here on the corner. And if we equalize my threads, meaning they are the same length, it will allow me then continue no problem. Just like that. I would use a stitching pony if it was flat project, but it stopped being flat pretty quickly. So I basically use my hands to hold the project together and stitch 1 stitch at a time instead of doing double the speed of using 2 hands at the same time, which is how you do it with stitching pony. You basically put 2 needles from both sides, and then in one pull you pull in both directions, right? If anyone is curious what other projects I make, ask away. I'll be happy to answer and satisfy your curiosity. Meanwhile, I'll go relatively quiet and we'll start stitching. Well, we'll keep stitching, I'd rather. But I'm excited to see you all. That's why sudden influx of talking. Not sudden, I always talk. But sometimes when I stitch or concentrate, I don't talk. Luckily, all of these pieces are pre-punched, right? I don't know if you can see that, but they all have holes in them. And pre-punched as in by me, but I use the die in this case to cut them all using that other press, this press. And therefore it didn't take 5 million years. Luckily, soccer ball tiles are the same. There are only two of them, right? 2 types, I mean. There are many of them. There are only 2 types. 6 and 5. This is the standard pattern, however. There are many non-standard patterns of soccer balls. Or rather, standard in other ways patterns of soccer balls. This is a classic. And by the way, these colorful things are pieces of foam on the inside of the ball. make it a little, I don't know, softer is maybe a good way to say it, but a little more uniform. That's how I understood it. This is my first ball that I'm making, so no professionalism here, just, you know, new project. Okay, next is the same piece, just attached here, right? 6 to 6. Right? Yes, right. There we go. The ease at which I put the needle through is dictated by the fact that the holes are already pre-made and they are at the right positions. Otherwise, this would not be as enjoyable or simple. Oh man, this is just like butter. It goes in. It just goes in. And obviously, the moment I say that, something will go wrong, but... And yes, it went wrong right away. Right when I said it, it became harder to find the hole. Oh, come on. There we go. And you want to tension this thread because leather is soft, and if it doesn't go into the leather with some pressure, it can then part ways under that pushing softness. I don't know if it makes sense here. I know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, and it's time to change the picture. And the channel title, right? We can start streaming soccer ball. How do I do that? It's okay. Or not okay. Let me see. Let me quickly change the title of our stream. There we go. What is it today? 25th. Soccer ball. Day 4. Soccer ball day 4. Done. Updated the title, folks. Updated the title. Why did I start doing that? Because I wanted to change this picture. There we go. The project picture. Project picture. Yeah. Project picture is the right word here. And right now, this half of the ball is easy because that's without the bladder inside, and with it basically opened up, right, to this way. Then we will unfold it, put the bladder in, and that will become a little less straightforward process, I would say. Still doable, but less straightforward. I'm yet to learn that phase. We'll get there eventually. I think I have a couple rows to go before that. Or at least one row. Don't know. This is too much of the gap. There we go. Come on. I was thinking of making the next ball out of crocodile leather, but it's not fast enough for the soccer, what is it, World Cup, right? So I'll have to leave like that. Okay, and we can do the knot right there, and another knot, because why not? No pun intended, or pun very intended, either one way or another. And now we can continue with, well, that's the wrong corner, obviously. This will be the right corner. With attaching the 5-sided one, or also known as pentagon, to here. The important part is to attach it the right side in. And I did not attach the right guy, because this guy does not have the foam padding. I got one extra, and this is the extra one, which I should not be using. This is the right one. Pink. Pink insides. I'm glad I caught it now and not later. Okay, there should be a hole right there. And based on this ball, I will measure how many hours it takes to make one. And maybe start offering these for sale. For some reason, I'm thinking of making them either out of crocodile skin or stingray. If you've never seen stingray leather, that's basically very hard leather, very strong, because that's stingray's, what do you call it? Armor. I effects of it. So is crocodile skin, but crocodile is usually softer. Not unless, sorry, crocodile is actually not as soft. Alligator is softer. But yeah. Cayman is even harder. So, I don't know. Will it be cool to make some of these soccer balls out of alligator hide? I don't know. Seems like very expensive item. Okay. That's the second one, and it goes on to like this. So we continue the same row, right? Oh, come on. For some reason the first hole is hard to find. Yeah, I thought I punched it through. Now I cannot find it on this side. There we go. Let's put these two aside. And I make these Rubik's Cube cases, by the way, in different colors. One is just the color of the Rubik's Cube. Another is black. And the third one is scrambled Rubik's Cube, which is a whole different game in terms of coloring. I'll tell you that. Luckily, I don't get those orders as much. Okay. And we can keep going, actually, basically all around. So the next one is 6 again. Right? Am I not? Going fast usually means something is wrong, but right now I think we're going good. Okay. If something went very fast, it means I'm not paying enough attention at something. I'm glad I made this table, this workbench, high. So I don't need to, like, be very compressed to have this ball on my knees. And I'm basically forced to put my elbows on the table and straighten my back. Still, a little bit of looking down is happening. Maybe less so when I watch YouTube. So I think this is already a progress. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. What's up with this? There we go. And it's time to drink some tea. Not hot anymore. Okay, I think we got another side in this thread. Meaning I can probably attach this side a little more. By a little more, I mean another side. Keep going for one more inch. I mean, when stitching goes well, I'm enjoying it. Doesn't always go well, but I enjoy stitching. I know many people don't, although this one is quite straightforward, so maybe many people can enjoy it, but some others just don't enjoy stitching as a thing, and I do. I do. It's very meditative, very repetitive. Not something I could enjoy during my day life, at my day job. My day job, something is different all the freaking time. Code is never the same. In fact, it's pretty boring when code is the same, so I do not enjoy that. Come on. Did this hole not get punched? Yes, something is up with this hole. Okay. Some of these dies don't punch through. Grab the real O. And put that hole in. And this is why you pre-punch, because this is not something you can do with a needle, you know? And this hole will have the same problem, right? So and I should never put the owl on a table. It should go into its holder. And I think soon we'll need to decide whether we continue the stream or not. I think there is actually one more edge in this thread, so I think that's when we will decide to continue or not. Okay. Yeah, there is one more 6-sided one over here that I think I can make today with this thread. And once this stitch is over, we will be wrapping it up. Looks like this whole side was not punched through. That's not great. Okay. You know what? Let me use my owl and punch them through now. That happens when you die is one-sided, or you press more on one side than on another. That's usually when your press is slightly tilted. Let's do this side as well. Okay, looks like the rest of them are good. Okay, cool. Hey, getting back to this. Where are we here? Is this the hole? Yeah, that's the hole. I want to make sure I don't, like, misalign these guys. Too much, at least. I don't think one little hole discrepancy is not a problem, but when it's repeated, that can make one of the sides going south. I don't know if that's the actual direction it's gonna go. It's good. Threads are getting shorter. Means less to pull and more to worry about that I might run out. But hopefully I will not run out. We've been in tighter spots. And we're almost there. This particular die is quite useful that it has the corners pinched out. And you see how they have little triangles cut out of them. I think this is very good because that's like makes them fold on the inside. Okay, did I do 2 knots? I think I did. Okay, I think this is it for today. Let me show you the progress of the ball. So this is how it is on the inside. And if we flip it around, this is how it is on the outside. Most of them are like still unstitched on this edge. So once they do get stitched this way, they'll get to be a little more bally, if you know what I mean. They'll start closing in like that. And the ball will start becoming a real ball. Still quite a bit to go. Quite a bit to go. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. Let's see if we can do another raid. Let's see who is live. Some keyboard peoples. Some gaming people. Some stitching people. Okay. What is that? 3D printers. More stitching. What else? What else? 3D printers, 3D printers, 3D printers. They're not similar to me. I'm not a 3D printer. Oh, who's that? Who is that? Is that leatherworking stream? Is the person live? Dagger shop. They seem to be punching things. Let's raid them. They have a mall. Let's raid somebody named Dagger's shop, who I haven't seen in the past. So now is a good time as any. So please join me to raid Dagger's shop. They're doing leather, so they're our people. And we can go and say hi on a stream and all that. And I hope to see you next time when we continue on this soccer ball, because I don't think I have other projects going on until this is done. Take care, everyone.